Okay, so this video will be a little bit better because I've calmed down now in terms of not being out of breath. Really quickly, I've just heard Hugh Pym on BBC Radio 2 and Kamala Harris talking about President Trump's illness. And obviously, whilst we're not going to speculate and talk too much about it, there was a part of it that I wanted to highlight and talk to you guys about. And this was, firstly, the stuff that Kamala Harris says in terms of until there's a safe vaccine, thankfully they said safe, until there's a safe vaccine, we've just got to mask up, practice social distancing, do everything that we can. Only 2 people watching. I hope Facebook's not limiting it because I mentioned Trump in the title. I'm a UK registered physician, GMC registered. I've been a doctor for 11 years. This is a bit better. Keep sharing, getting more people come to it. Thank you very much. And my only interest in this is trying to educate members of the public so that they can make informed choices and decisions about what's going on. And so therefore, when I hear something, I'm just going to go live and talk to you about it. And then you can put comments in and I'll check on it later. So basically, there's 2 bits to this video. One, Kamala Harris saying until there's a safe vaccine, we just need to get on with it, wear masks, wash our hands, practice social distancing, have good protocols, and make sure that we do everything in our power to control the spread of this pandemic and this disease, which sounds great to me and very sensible. But then Hugh Pym came in and he goes, President Trump, sorry, Hugh, I don't mean that, it's just the brain injury, I didn't mean it. Not that I've ever met Hugh Pym or know him, but anyway, let me get distracted. So Hugh Pym, he came on and he said, President Trump is on 2 experimental treatments. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. From a scientific method point of view, if you put people on 2 experimental treatments at the same time, how do you know which one's which one works? But then they said that one was a drug called Remdesivir, which I don't think it's fair to say that Remdesivir is an experimental treatment. It's an experimental treatment in COVID, yes. But it is a pre-existing drug, and I'm not going to go into it in massive detail because it's not the right forum, but it is a drug that does have a significant database behind it. And then, interestingly, he goes, he's also on, so Remdesivir is a drug, it's not a vaccine, it's a drug that improves, in the trials so far that I've read, it's a drug that improves time spent on a ventilator if somebody's really sick. But then interestingly in the reports they're saying that Trump's not on supplemental oxygen. So it's so hard to comment, it's so hard to provide insight from a clinical point of view, and I'm not doing that. I would never do that. Just like when Boris sadly went into ITU and Sky asked me to comment on it, I did, more generally, I mean, for the members of the public. But then what I was saying is in terms of, so Remdesivir is a drug. It is not a vaccine. It is a drug that is a pre-existing drug. It's been in the world before, and it has an existing safety base as a result of that because it's gone through a series of clinical trials for other indications. So yes, it's experimental in the sense that it hasn't been used really. Well, no, that's not fair. It has been used in trials for COVID-19. And you may remember that this was a drug that Trump and America bought up a big supply of. I mean, it's an American company, so yeah. But anyway, so I don't want to go down a rabbit hole on that. But that's the Remdesivir part of this experimental treatment, as alluded to. And then the other thing, which is quite interesting, was they said that he had lab-made antibodies, which is another way that this can be treated, and that's made by a company called Regeneron. So it's going to be interesting to see the share price of that company fluctuating, I would suggest, over the kind of near future, I guess, really. But that was also interesting, and I've forgotten why that was interesting. So I might call the video and end there, unless you guys have got any brief questions that I'll try and answer. Mainly it was the fact of giving 2 treatments at the same time, and it was also how that it was reported in the news. Breaking it down into simple terms, there's potential routes out of this: vaccine, antibodies, drug treatments to stop it, or the virus mutates into a way that it's less, I don't know the word, lethal, dangerous, whatever. So yeah, I hope that was kind of useful. You will hear wall-to-wall media coverage about President Trump's diagnosis, illness, admission now. And I might, if I feel well enough tonight, do today's papers yesterday's papers today, if that makes sense, because I've bought all the papers, all the newspapers. So I'm literally going to sit there and read them and look at them and write them up as part of my MD that Hull York Medical School are very kindly paying for, because I'm writing a doctorate of medicine in the use of media in the communication during a global pandemic. So it's topical, if nothing else. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time as ever. I'm going to keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it brief. Again, later on I'll update the link, so that there's a crowdfunding link. If not, just go, I think it's on GoFundMe, and just search my name or What Med Media, and you'll find out what it's all about. It's only for ads, really, for these videos on Facebook, just to try and get it to a slightly bigger audience. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate your time. If you haven't seen my video on taking off a mask that I just did about 10 minutes ago, scroll back and have a look at that, and I hope it's useful for you. So thanks very much. Take care of yourselves. Look after each other. Oh my God, I can't speak. Definitely time to go. For those of you who've just joined in, I had a little... watch the mask video. I'm not going to go through it again. Watch the mask video. You will understand why I'm slurring my words. I promise you I'm not drunk. Let's just leave it like that. So yeah, have a look at the mask video. Share this one. I'll check in on the comments later. Thank you very much for joining. I hope it was useful. Cheers. Take care. See you in a bit. Bye.